Well, hello to everybody looking at the jumping box today. The jumping box is just a term I call the computer monitor or a television. Anyway, this is kind of my first video into things that interest me, and my newest interest is knives or blades, or high quality blades. And before I get started into this, I want to say I apologize that I'm shooting this on an iPhone. I am too cheap to buy a good camera, but hopefully I'll get one of those soon. Usually, I'm usually into guns, but I've been getting into knives here lately thanks to a YouTuber named John Wayne Colt 45. And this guy is a knife Einstein. He knows everything about knives that I can tell. He's just the Yoda, of blades. And I've spoken to him a few times about this particular knife that I just got off of eBay, and it's used. And it's a Spyderco Delica 2 AUS 6 or AUS 6. I have no idea. I'm kind of ignorant on knives. But I'm learning. It's how we learn. And this is how it came. I have not cleaned it or anything. There are definitely some, I don't know how well you can see it, but there are a little bit of scuff mark. The blade seems fine. A little bit dirty. Just needs to be cleaned up. Extremely sharp. This serration is sharper than any other serration, any other knife I've had. I've never had a knife of this quality. This little edge right here, I just barely pushed down on some skin on my finger, my hand, and it made me bleed a little. So I don't recommend doing that with this knife. So, the cheap knives that I've used before, like from the hardware store or whatever, of course they didn't do that. You can find, let's see if I can get an angle where you can possibly see some of these little scuffs and scrapes on it. It's hard to see, but they're not bad. Of course, it's got the clip, which I like. Let's see. Just from general wear, I think he had told me this was 1998 or so when this was made. So they use a different steel now, obviously, but for one this old and it has hardly been used, obviously, I'm very happy because I only got it for like 30 bucks. And it's dirty a little bit, especially down here, the lock there. Every time I push that and it comes back up, more of this little bit of black stuff, grit and grime comes out, if you can see that there. And I just need to clean it with something. If anybody out there has any recommendations on how to clean these things, please let me know. And it probably needs to be oiled. When I open and close the blade, right before it locks, you can feel some grittiness. So I think there's definitely some grit in there. But probably nothing that can't be taken care of. But I'm very happy with it. It's a great little knife. There is no wiggle room with the blade. I'm just thrilled to death with it. But hey, 30 bucks used knife. A lot of you out there are experts in these and have a ton of them, like John Wayne Colt 45. And anybody out there that's watching this, go look at this guy's channel. He's amazing, and you ought to look at his Mike Snowdy's custom-made knives. Just remarkable, just awesome. And definitely watch his videos and subscribe to him. Just great stuff. John Wayne Colt 45, I can't say enough about him, and he has really helped me out a little bit learning. And one of the things I asked him about this one, did I get ripped off? And he said no, not a bit. So I'm happy with it. And I really figured being used it would come a lot worse than this. I mean, really scraped up, but it hadn't, or it's not. And just beautiful. I love the stainless steel. Another thing I wanted to, I just put the Zippo out here for scale. I'm too lazy to go get the old tape measure, but that's a full-size Zippo. Is this, and this is the Nebo CSI Edge. And this I got from twocooltools.com, and two is TWO. twocooltools.com. And I first saw this on the channel for Looking For Me Marbles. And I went ahead and ordered it. It was $9.95, and with, USPS shipping, it ended up being $12.70. This little flashlight. A little LED, 35 lumens. The push button, it glows in the dark. You got the clip, the little grip. And of course, it is definitely bright. And the frame of it, the body of it, is anodized aircraft aluminum. So it's just as little as it is. It's 3 3/4 inches long and 3/4 of an inch wide. And for the money, I don't think you can beat it. I'm not a big flashlight person, but you know, I was thinking back on it, and I'm always dropping something, rolling somewhere under something, like under a couch, or even like at night, just needing something from the garage or whatever. It comes in handy, and I wasn't going to spend $120 on a little light. But it works great so far. Looking for Me Marbles, I think he's done 2 videos on this, and his are a lot more detailed and better than mine. I want you to go look at his. I'm not going to steal his thunder. But yeah, Looking for Me Marbles, go check his site out, you know, his channel, because he deserves the credit on this, and I thank him very much for making it, because this thing is just great. Very happy about it. Anyway, while I'm here, you know, I don't really have done really any videos just because I don't have a good camera, and with handguns, you know, I'd rather have the use of both hands so I can over gesture when I talk. But don't you hate people that do that? Anyway, I just want to thank some of the people, some of the channels that I've really gotten into, and some of these people that I've spoke to that are just great and really dedicated to what they do. Of course, John Wayne Colt 45. Everybody needs to go check him out. Mad Bad Voodoo. Man. Check him out. He's got some good stuff on there, especially his real life stories. I mean, he should write a book. And he's got a politics channel, Voodoo Politics 1. Check him out, subscribe to it. Just great stuff. And he's kind of like he thinks kind of like I do, where he just really is not a big fan of Obama. And anyway, go check out his channel, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And he's great. Subscribe to him. Gore 1981. This guy, he's got some great guns, and he's just about as real as you can get as a person. Definitely check out his stuff. And I thank him. He's awesome. Pete at the Armory channel. You know, he's definitely he's the real deal. Quality guns, quality person. Love the guy. Looking for Me Marbles, of course. Hickok 45. And Hickok 45, you really ought to see this guy. This guy is amazing with guns. Kenji-san. I didn't get the rest of Kenji-san. But anyway, buddy of Mad Bad Voodoo. But I guess that's about it. 7:32. But anyway, if anybody's got any recommendations on cleaning these, or lubricants to put in there, or anything like that, I would appreciate hearing from you. And again, you know, John Wayne Colt 45, thanks, man. Anyway, best to you and yours.